How we doing, guys? Welcome to my preview and predicted lineup for Arsenal's game in the Europa League tomorrow night against Molde. I believe that's how it's pronounced. If you would have seen the watch along when we played them last time at the Emirates, there were a few variations. So if I do get it wrong, then my apologies. But yeah, it's one of these games where you're looking at and you're just thinking, oh, you wish it wasn't kind of there. It's just kind of in the way. And that's no disrespect or anything else, because I had this discussion with Robbie on one of his shows the other day, and I think that the Europa League is really, really, disrespected by everybody within this country. Other countries seem to really take the Europa League seriously, and the fans and everything else, but it just seems to be really disrespected by everybody over here. Now, I don't want Arsenal to be in the Europa League. I want us to be in the Champions League. I don't want to be, playing these type of games on a Thursday night, but it is what it is. And while you're in the competition, then you've got to make the most of it, and you've got to try and win it, because ultimately you win it, you get into the Champions League, and that's an avenue. But yeah, the reason why I say this is kind of in the way is because we've won our first 3 games, and we win this game and we're through to the knockout stages with 2 games to spare. We're effectively there anyway. I suppose on the other side of things, you could probably look at it and think, well, maybe some of the players that have not been playing can get some minutes, and also it's an opportunity to get back to winning ways. But on the flip side is that if it doesn't go to plan and we end up losing, then what will that do to morale and confidence moving forward? It's one of those, like I was saying, we should have enough. They looked like a decent outfit when they came to the Emirates, and we were able to grind it out and wear them down eventually, and then it became quite a foregone conclusion in terms of the victory. But at their place, I don't know what it will be like. I don't know what the situation with COVID is at the moment over there, and whether fans are allowed back in the stadium. If they are, how many are in there? Will it have an effect? Or I honestly do not know. And in terms of the lineup, that's what's going to be very, very interesting for us, because of course Mohamed Elneny and Kolasinac are both missing because of them testing positive for coronavirus. David Luiz does come back into the squad after the birth of his daughter at the weekend. Thomas Partey is still missing, and I don't think he would have played this game anyway. Saka is missing, but he will be available for the game at the weekend. And Willian is also missing, and he's being assessed before the game at the weekend. Now, of course, Nicola Pepe is also going to be involved in this game because his suspension does not count in European competitions. So the 3-game ban for him will start with the Wolves game at the weekend. Now, the one thing that I do say when I had a look at the team news and everything else is that I'm a little bit worried about Thomas Partey and how long he's actually going to be out for, because we don't seem to have any real clear indication. Because when, Mikel Arteta was speaking about Bukayo Saka and Willian, he mentioned the Wolves game. He mentioned that Saka will be available for Wolves. He mentioned that Willian will be assessed ahead of Wolves. But when speaking about Thomas Partey, he just said that he has not travelled and progressing rehabilitation. And that's what's on the actual Arsenal website. So there's no actual mention of Wolves there, which is a bit of a concern for me, because I thought he would have been back, but for, the Leeds game, but most definitely for the Wolves game. Or are they really trying to, make sure he's fine and then bring him back for the Spurs game a week later? Because my word, do we need him for that game? But yeah, the team lineup is going to be so interesting, given the players that are missing and everything else. But Given the fact we've won our first 3, I would like to see a bit of a changed lineup. I don't think we're going to go with a 3-4-3 formation. At Leeds, we kind of went with I'd say it was a 4-2-3-1 stroke 4-3-3 at times. So I'm kind of with that in mind. And yeah, this is what I am going to go with. Starting off in goal, Alex Runarsson. I was a little surprised that Leno started the last game, but I wouldn't be risking him in this one. Play Runarsson for me. The one game he did play in the Europa League, I thought he done really well. So I got no issues with this in any way, shape or form. Play Runarsson. Now with a flat 4, first of all, on the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Cedric. And Mikel Arteta has been talking him up in press conferences and saying that he's looking a lot better and he's looking like the player that we want him to be. Well, he's going to have to start producing it, because I still think there's an opportunity there on the right-hand side for, somebody in terms of challenging Hector Bellerin. So it's a big chance for Cedric to show what he can do. Now the 2 in defence, first of all, I'm going to go with David Luiz back into the side after the birth of his daughter at the weekend, and I think this one is pretty straightforward for me. Alongside him, I'm going to go with Mustafi. Not ideal, not my preferred choice, because I've still stuck to my thoughts in terms of him leaving at the end of the season, and if that's what he wants to do, then why should we play him? I'd rather people that are the future of the club and want to play for the club, playing the games. But I wouldn't be playing Gabriel, and I wouldn't be playing Rob Holding and whatnot, because, given the situation with other injuries and everything else, these are the players that we're going to need in the Premier League games. So that's why I'm not going to play them, and I will play Mustafi. In the left-back position, I'm going to go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and not ideal, but given the fact that Saka's not available, Kolasinac's not available, I'm not going to risk Kieran Tierney, although he has travelled. So I will give some minutes to Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He knows that left-hand side. He can do that left-hand side, despite the fact that his best performances over there were as a left wing-back. That's what I will go with. Now, the midfield 2, first of all, I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. Has travelled and had a few games off where Partey come into the side with El Neni and everything else. So I don't think that he's going to be too, tired or, feeling any effects of too many games or anything else. So that's what I'm going to go with. Now, alongside him, I'm going to go with Joe Willock. And I would like to see him given another opportunity. I wasn't too impressed with his first half against Leeds, but at the same time, I felt a little sorry for him having to be taken off once Pepe got sent off. And he was kind of the player that had to make way. So I would like to see him again in this game. Now, the attacking 3. First of all, on the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Nicola Pepe. And I got no doubt about this in any way, shape or form. It's going to be his last game for 3 matches, or, 3 Premier League matches. He's had a clear-the-air meeting with Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta has come out and said that he's apologised, to him and everybody, privately. And, he's going to do everything he can to make sure that Pepe can fulfill his potential, massive potential. And Mikel, it seems like, is really going to be hands-on with this. And maybe that sending off could end up being the making of Nicola Pepe at Arsenal. That's what I'm hoping anyway. And sometimes you've got to have some bad moments to, get the good moments. So, yeah, that's what I would go with. And I've got no doubts with this. And that's Pepe. Now, on the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Reese Nelson. I don't think he had a bad performance at all. I thought before Pepe got sent off in that 10 minutes against Leeds, he looked really lively. And then his game had to change, of course, when Pepe was sent off. My issue is his delivery from dead balls. And they're absolutely woeful. Just take him off them, because he's not beating the first man at all, any time. But apart from that, I've got no problem with Reese Nelson. But he's really got to kick on now as a player. And it's a big opportunity again. With Pepe, also remember, being suspended for the next 3 games, to try and get himself in that Premier League squad. And with the possibility of Willian being injured as well, he might get a chance to start, and it depends on this performance. If he can really do a, you know, big game in this one, you never ever know. So big game for him. Reese Nelson, no problem in any way, shape or form. Now in the middle of that three, I'm going to go with Emil Smith-Rowe. Some creativity, a little bit of know-how in terms of picking up the pockets and able to score goals. Now he is back from injury. He's played quite a few under 23 games now. He's scoring goals. He's looking very, very sharp. And I would give him this game and the minutes that he needs. And it's as simple as that, really. I don't think I need to say any more. Up front, as the main striker, I'm going to go with Alexandre Lacazette. Didn't play at the weekend, and it was kind of a toss-up between him and Eddie Nketiah. But given the experience and the fact that there are quite a few youngsters out there, I would go with Lacazette, and I think that is a pretty straightforward one for me. There's going to be some new faces on the bench as well. I'd also like to see Bellerin again, most definitely. But yeah, it's one of those games we've kind of just got to go through the motions, get the victory, get 3 points, get a bit of confidence back within the squad, and then we can move on and concentrate, you know, on more pressing matters, which is the Premier League game at the weekend against Wolves, and that is going to be a very, very difficult game. So listen, that is it. So if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video. As always, let me know in the comment section what you think of that lineup. Do you agree, disagree? Formation, what would you go with if it's different? Let me know. Do also remember the players that are missing, because some people don't actually think of that before they comment. And, you know, some people will go that they want to see Saka starting, and he's not travelled. He's physically not going to play. So he's not going to be there, is he? Think about what is available. What would you go with? So, yeah, let me know in the comment section. And, of course, there's going to be a DT's Daily tomorrow morning. There will be the watch along with AFTV, then player ratings and everything else. So there's loads and loads and loads of content about to hit your screens very, very soon. So yeah, once again, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I'll see you lot soon. I'm out of here.